Hello, beautiful dancers. So today we're going to be working on just free flowing with the arms. We're not going to really concentrate too much on hip work because I want us to get comfortable just moving our arms. As I've taught a lot of people over the years, what I've realized is we're just not comfortable just moving our arms in general, whether or not it's actually layered. Typically, it tends to be more easy or easier when you just have the arms. So what we'll do is we'll start off with our arms and then we'll gently start placing a little bit more underneath the arms, okay? So take a deep breath in. And again, breathe in. One more time, breathe in. Good. Shoulder roll. We have to warm up just a little bit. And one at a time. Okay. Bring those arms up. Don't worry about technique right now. It's not about technique. We're just warming up our joints, right? And then again. Good. And just circle those arms. Good. And you're going to drop down with the elbows. So we're going to really rotate that elbow up and rotate it down. And we're just getting everything a little bit more open in the body as we're doing this movement. Keep breathing. Good. One more. Circle out those hands. Just get all the joints and the fingers really warmed up. It's really not ideal to dance cold, which in the dance world, that means you're not warmed up. It's literally dancing cold, meaning your muscles aren't warmed up, your heart rate is not a little bit elevated than normal, your body isn't feeling warm in the sense of like it was warmer than when you would have just been walked off the street. Because if your studio's cold, a lot of the time you start warming up and moving gently until your body does get warmer. But that's what dancing cold is. And then you're going to circle out the hands and the wrists. Okay. So as much as you can warm up ahead of time, that's going to be really, really helpful. And then I'm just waxing on and waxing off. And this is just going to help a little bit with some elbow movement. Okay. And then we're going to reverse. And then you can alternate them. Good. Shrug and release and shrug and release and shrug and release. One more. Good. Part of the thing about getting really nice arm work is making sure that your upper back is also nicely warmed up, because our movements really start from there. Ooh, that feels good. Yes. Good, good, good. So keep it going. Woo. Woo. Excellent. Okay. Now, here we go. You're just going to follow along. And I'm just standing in place right now. Try and match my shape of my arms as much as possible in the perspective of your own body. breathing. Don't hold your breath. It's going to create rigidity in your movement. Here is just to move freely with the arms in semi-structured pathways. Keep your chest nice and lifted, shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to gently start to walk in place. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Watch your shoulders here. This is where they tend to start to lift. Once your hands get past your shoulders, this is where they tend to creep up. So actively create those pushing away from the ear and then coming down the center of the body. Doesn't matter what leg you're on, you're just going to continue walking. Reach. So from the side, the arms look like. Both arms, and then drop down. And then a little bit more open out to the sides, slightly angled. Like if you were to look down, it looks like a V. And then out to the side again, but just slightly in front of you, so you're not going to be straight up in line. You should always be able to see your arms in your peripherals. In your periphery. Is that the correct word? Bring it up. Again. Good. Keep going. Just a little bit more. You're almost there. We're just continue moving. If you have to stop and stretch at any time, please do. breath in. So this is us just freestyling with the arms and focusing really a lot on the arms. Super, super important. You're gonna have that walking in just to start to create that layer. And just let go of major hip movement for now. So good. Yes. So when you're free flowing, you don't have to be standing up, right? You could totally be sitting down and just free flow your arms, right? And then it helps you create that dynamic of really maintaining the posture and the technique of the arms because it's singularly focused. But it's really important to just be able to allow yourself to kind of free flow with your arms and discover different pathways for yourself. So we don't do a lot of this in belly dance, like this particular movement, like this. But when you're doing movement like this, what it allows is for you to create different neuronal pathways that you're like, oh, this is a new way to move. So if you were to go whoosh, boom, and bring it back, you know how to at least do one and then bring it back and bring it into different arm paths, right? So you may not repeatedly do this, but if you do one, then you're able to incorporate it into your dance. So that's why we start to free flow and start to discover little different pathways, because it allows you to like think outside the box and think creatively about how you can get into a position without necessarily doing always the, I don't want to say typical, but the most commonly applied ways, right? Where there's nothing wrong with this, by the way. There's nothing wrong with this at all. But when you start free flowing, you're going to find the sense of where you like to maybe come down and then come out and then come down here, right? So there's just different pathways to get to the same movement. It just depends on what you like and what stays within the technique realm of Rakshaki. So, all right, have fun with this one. Free flow, take your time, add just walking in, and let me know how it goes. Great dancing today.